Well, hello friends. How's everybody? I'm going to make another little tidbit of art this morning. Yeah, it's still morning. This day's going by pretty darn quick, I think. All right, so I did a little prep work. And we have done these two pieces already. And you know what? I don't know. We had a dog and she lived 16 years. And a couple months ago, we had to say goodbye to her. And so I think she was on my mind, and pets were on my mind, and how they give us comfort. So I thought, and the prompt that I had written is pet love. So I thought we would do a little take on hearts, and we might do something with some pet stamps. And some of us have cats. Some of us have dogs, and some even have birds. And I know a lot of people have a lot of other type of pets. So I didn't have stamps for all those. So I thought we would work in the pet idea today. All right. So I have my little tidbit here. And first we're going to paint it. And then I had a few of the glittery puzzle pieces red, so I had painted a few more, and I did those a little early because sometimes the glitter paint takes a little bit longer to dry because sometimes it's pretty sticky and tacky. So I'm gonna turn this over. We're gonna paint the back black, and then we're gonna paint this side red, so then it really blends in with the puzzle pieces. And then I have my stamp pad here. I have my stamps. So I think we're good. All right. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So join along. And if you watch it on the replay, let me know what you think. And if you like this one for today. So I got my dryer. Just making sure I got all my tools. I'm going to put a little black paint. I don't even have to put it in a dish. We could just put it right on the board. And how many, when we work with individuals, do we have to modify the tool to hold on to it? We've used lots of different things. Sometimes even folks just with arthritis, how you can get one a little bit bigger or put a little tape around it to keep it so it goes. Their grip can stay on it better. So you have to think. Or let us know. We can help you come up with ideas. Right now, the sun is shining outside. So when I'm done here, I'm going to take time to go for a little walk at the park. And then get back and work on some stuff. I always need a little break before I'm gonna go do some tech stuff. That's just me. I get it done. I might have to go a roundabout way to get it done, but it gets done. Or I have to reach out and ask for help. It's okay. I'm going to dry this good. I don't want it to stick to my table. I think I put a thumbprint right there. Okay. All right, so we got the black side done. Now let's turn it over and let's put some red. Now I just using acrylic paint. And this one's a little glossy, and it's just because that's what I had. All right. And I have it all over my hands. Yep, because Pam gets messy, doesn't she? Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you have a wipe or something close by. Or your apron. Okay, I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to go around the edge where the black ended up from the other side. Now, if I'm working with somebody and I need to do that, and it would not be safe for them to be sticking their hand, I might use my wait card to let them know to wait a minute, wait till Pam gives you another instruction. I'm going to pour a little bit more paint. It's okay if a little of the black shows through. I just didn't want it all to be showing through. Because we're going to put puzzle pieces on in a minute. All right, there we go. Okay, let me dry this. And be careful. It gets a little warm. Okay, so, all right. There we go. Now I got my tacky glue here. And I'm first going to start using the puzzle pieces that have the flat edge before I make some flat edges. Because if we have them, let's use them. So I'm putting some glue on. And I'm using my fine tip. And let me know if you'd like me to maybe give you the link where I found these. I can let you know. Okay, I'm going to put that one like in the middle. Okay. Let's see if this one. Maybe I shouldn't have put that one over. Maybe I should do that. So this one fits in the corner. And then we can put a little piece in there. Let's do that. I might have to cut more pieces because this is a small little piece of wood. Okay. All right. see, we have, that's for that. I think this is the only other flat piece I have. Oh, I have this little one. Okay. Let's do that there. Let's see. Maybe we'll put that one in the corner. Just 'cause. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's cut some. All right. Maybe we should just put some glue here. Remember, it either way, put it on the puzzle piece. Hold that down a minute. Okay, there's that. I'm going to turn it over. Let's see if this one will fit in here. Yeah, it will. Good. Good, good, good. And you gotta hold it down for a few seconds just to get the glue to grab. Okay. I'm hoping we have enough pieces. We might have to make more. We will do our best. Plus, it's going to get covered up by the other puzzle pieces. Okay. Okay, we're going to save these little pieces to see where we fit them in after we put the other big pieces on. All right, so let's see where they're going to fit. We might just have to cut a few and see where they go. Might be better to have them cut. You know, that's why it's good to have a bunch. Whichever way. It's okay. It's a puzzle, right? And there doesn't have to be a piece in all of them. Let's see if this one fits here. No, let's see if this one does. How about this one? Huh. That'll fit there. Okay. fit there. Okay. We'll just keep fitting some in there. Okay. See, we got all these little pieces. We keep trimming them down. All right, now we're gonna put in glue in these spaces that we want to put some. If we find some little pieces, let's see. Okay, make sure I put it in the right way. Okay, we're just gonna keep cutting. Whoop, that stuck to my finger. Here. Had fit there. Kind of, sort of. Let me really use my fingernails to push it in there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting down to little pieces, aren't we? That fit there. Let's see. I'll just keep cutting. Okay. All right. That fits in there. See if we cut off some of these little pieces that connect the puzzle pieces. They kind of fit into these spots, don't they? All right. Okay. Push that down. Let's put some more little pieces. Just reminding myself where I need to put some pieces. All right. Not exactly. Have to there. Think that'll fit there? I think it does. I'm going to trim it off just ever so slightly. going over the edge a little bit. There. Okay. All right. Okay. That's a little bit too wide. How about this one? This is quite a perceptual skill. See what fits in these small spaces. No? See, it's just like doing a puzzle, isn't it? Let's see, that's a little wider down at the bottom. Let's do that. Let's put that one maybe there. Might as well just use up these little pieces because they fit. If they fit in there. Okay. There. Need another little piece. Even smaller. Okay, I think I'd like to put another piece right in there. Let's see if this piece fits in there. And it does. I don't know, do you think we should try to... We have this little one right here. Why not? Let's give it a try. There. And it fits in there. Well, let's see. One more. There. I think that'll do it. And I'm just going to trim. There we go. And trim that off. All right. I'm going to give it a little zap. Okay, now I have these 3 pieces. Let's see how they can fit on here. And we're going to put a stamp of an animal on these. Okay, let's see how they fit on here. Hopefully they should go that way. Like that. Like that. Okay, I'm going to glue these on. Okay. You can always put a little more glue in a little bit. Whoop. Okay, let's hopefully we can get this one to fit back on, right? It'll fit. And when we seal them, and I'm even thinking, like I said, of putting some resin on, it'll really hold it all together. All right, I'm gonna push down really hard. All right, now let me put the top back on the glue. Okay, we're done with that. So now we have our stamps. We have our doggy, we have our bird, and we have our cat. Let me see. Let's see if they're going to fit. All right. Going to get my stamp pad. And this is archival ink. So we can seal over it after it dries and it won't run. All right, here we goes, nothing. There's the doggy. And our bird. And our kitty cat. Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna zap these to dry the ink. All right, and I was thinking I would give them some color. So I have my markers, and these are, I was going to use the Sharpie brand. So I have to decide what color we want to color our animals. What color? I was thinking, but I don't see one. A brown dog. I have to get a different, I'll have to use my Posca markers. I think there's a brown one in there. Okay. A brown dog. I was thinking of this, let's see, this peachy color, and we can add a little something for the, and I was thinking of a bluebird. Okay. So I'm just going to color this in. Now we could go back over and give it some more of its markings after this dries. So there's our bluebird. And here's our brown dog. Maybe we better give it a pinky nose, huh? Or a black nose. This would be great if somebody likes to color. And a red tongue. What do you think? Okay. We can always add some other colors if you want. Kind of I was thinking like a tabby. See? Okay, let's dry these. Okay. And let's go back in and mark where the eyes were. That's whiskers. And I don't know, pinky nose. And a red tongue. How about a red tongue? What the heck, right? Yeah. Now, we could even outline them a little bit more if we wanted. We didn't think that the outline was sufficient enough. What do you think? I'm going to turn this around so I can reach. Because a stamp would give somebody an outline to follow. If they said, I can't draw a cat. Well, you could trace a line. Yeah. There you go. I think, and if I find a little heart, I might put a little heart down here. And I might like go over with my distressing ink and go around the edges. I don't know, but we'll let it sit for a minute. What you think? A little shimmery. And we got the back. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. Who else signs their art? Let's see. I might have to use a different. Might have to go over it again. All right. There we go. Alrighty, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. And we'll be back tomorrow to make another tidbit of art. Have a great one. See you later, guys.